and she's a transformational life coach. And she's one of my first clients. I've been working with her for 8 years, and we have an e-com store that we launched about 2 years ago. And we've had success with the products, but they're not mainstream products. And I was like, how do we take this product and really optimize the crap out of it? And that was the problem that was showing up for me in our business. And because we have a thriving business in there, but like, how do we take it, how do we scale up? Like that's the hot term right now in the season is scaling up. So like, how do you scale this crap up? So, there I am doing my research. It keeps coming up to me. And I was like, and of course, I shot my business down because I was putting my house together. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to be chasing people for services anymore. I want to be able to live in a space where if the opportunity comes to provide my marketing services to a client, I can do it with ease and grace. So what other revenue stream can I do to be able to allow that to happen, where I'm no longer networking, where I'm no longer having to put myself out there or, chase the referral and whatnot. And that's where e-com came for me. And then I started, so I started doing the research on e-com. I called Mike and Robin. I hired them, I bought into their workshop, killer freaking workshop, by the way. They're amazing. So I launched familytacticalgear.com. And I learned, the ins and outs of e-com. And so I launched 2 e-com stores, and I overhauled my existing e-com store. So in a span of the last 7 days, because I just did it recently, I've had a sale a day on all 3.
Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's
yeah.
Wait. So before the course, were you making any sales, or this was a brand new one?
So the original e-com store, the first one that I have, was averaging sales, but not one a day. Like I would get like one, because mind you, the product is not a mainstream product. It's a product for an educated, selected segment, like right there. It's EMF radiation protection. It's not vastly known. You have to do some education unless like you're really into that, whole EMF radiation protection and whole EMF thing. And it's more of a holistic nature situation. So unless you're into that universe, you know nothing about it. It's not like buying socks. So, it was doing okay. I mean, I would go to events, and we still do. We go to events and we sell it out. But the problem is that we don't want to go to events every single month, or every single weekend to sell the crap out of our product. We wanted to, the key to entrepreneurship, again, is being able to make money continuously in different revenue streams so that you can live the lifestyle in which you want. That's the dream. That's the dream that entrepreneurship sells you, right? So how do I get this product to generate on its own? And we're manufacturing this product ourselves. So there's an overhead, I have products sitting. If I don't go to an event, that product's just sitting there. So I want to be able to move that product a lot faster. So my idea was, and it's working beautifully, by the way, is cross-pollinating a mainstream product like a water bottle with the EMF protection, it's called shungite, products. So like we have like these water bottles that you can put like crystals or fruit or whatever. You can put the shungite in there and it purifies the water, and bam. So somebody just bought this water bottle, and then, I quickly educated them in 3.5 seconds, the benefits of the shungite rock, and now they're buying both.
God, that's very creative. So you found something that people already are buying. People already know about a water bottle. Very simple. But now you combine it with something they probably don't know much about, but the benefits they know of benefit. They just didn't know that the shungite, right? That's how you say it? Shungite.
Yeah, it's called shungite.
shungite is the actual mechanism that does it, and that's how you introduce it to them. That's actually very clever. So, you know what? I've seen a lot of people try to say, people get stuck in technobabble. We call it technobabble. We call it, oh, we got, let's say, for example, ketones. We got ketosis, and with ketones, you got all your organisms and all these other different technobabble stuff. And then it actually is smart stuff, but when you get too technical, the person listening just disconnects because, one, they don't know what the heck you're talking about, and number two, it's just too complicated. It sounds complicated. Hey, here's a water bottle. If you want to feel good, you got to just put this thing inside, and this will make you feel great. Look what others are saying. That's interesting. Then they go into the journey of learning more. That's a clever way to do it. That's like marketing 101, but we get sometimes so lost into thinking like this. We're thinking, man, people should know the benefits.
Well, we get we literally get armpit deep, passionate about whatever it is that we're trying to project and communicate, that we forget that we should really, and we're like, dummy it down. Like, I use the phrase dummy it down, and it's not insulting in any way. The thing is that I'm, knee deep in this product all day long. I know this product backwards and forwards, but my end user has no clue about the product. And as a marketer, you always have to think about that. Dummy it down, put it into the most layman terms possible. Like for ketosis, for example, lose weight quickly, whatever
burn fat,
boil it down to the most minimal. Try to do 3 points, 3.5 seconds. That's all you got. Our attention span has been so limited. It takes 3.5 seconds and we're ready to move on. And so if it does not fit in 3.5 seconds and you have to be like, blah, 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 blah. No, goodbye, end game, done.
Right. You know what? Are you familiar with Reddit? You know about Reddit, right?
Reddit. I think so. Go ahead.
You're messing with me. I don't know if you're.
I'm like Reddit.
Yeah, Reddit. Yeah, Reddit is basically the front page of the internet. Basically, it's most likely on Reddit first before it gets everywhere else. And they have a subreddit, which is basically a subcategory of a specific topic. And one of the topics is called "Explain Like I'm 5." And this is where people ask a complicated question, but they want answers where a 5-year-old can understand it. And that's the same exact concept that we as marketers need to always think about whenever even if it's something simple, we want to make sure that a 5-year-old can understand it. And if a 5-year-old can't, then your target audience won't understand it, right?
Yes.
So,
and even because like people are like, oh, but I talk B2B, and I'm like, yeah, you may talk B2B, but that B has a whole different experience than your B. So,
that's that B right there. Son of a B.
So whether you're talking B2C, B2B, you got to really just explain it like they're 5. And that's okay. You're not insulting anybody as long as you're doing respectfully and whatnot. You want them to understand it in 3.5 seconds. You want a 5-year-old to get it.
Right. And then we also have a section called TL semicolon DR, which stands for too long, didn't read. And it's the bullet points of what the benefits are. So yeah, that's a solid tactic to turn a complicated subject matter into something that people can actually understand. And if a confused mind is not a buying mind. So they need to understand exactly what they're doing. All right, good to go. So then what are the steps if someone were to try to get into this? Maybe not in your industry, but just the fact of e-commerce. What steps have you taken to get your site actually launched? Because there's people that they're searching on Google, they're trying to figure out what to do, but the internet is the black hole, right? It's like a rabbit hole.
Gosh.
You jump into one thing, and then all of a sudden you got this whole a bunch of different paths of getting anywhere. What are the steps you took to get started so that way you actually got launched?
So the first step that I took when I decided to jump into e-com is go find someone that's already doing it. Go find someone that's successful, already doing it, and make a plan, make a budget, set a launch date, hold yourself accountable. because if you don't make a plan, it's just a dream. That's it. That's all it is. So, turn this shit into a reality. Ooh, I'm sorry. I got really passionate there for a second.
Hey, producers, can you guys bleep that one? Thanks. All right. Dump that word. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
I got really passionate.
I'm gonna have to take the explicit check mark now for iTunes because they require that. So thanks, Myleen.
Sorry.
That's an extra check mark.
I'm really professional. So definitely make a plan. You set the plan. Go find people that are already in this, that they're successful. And you're going to get inundated. Like once you start hitting Google and you're in that algorithm of like e-commerce land, you're going to get inundated with a whole bunch of people that are like, oh, do this. And it's going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. I'm going to let you know right now. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have patience. You're going to be, you're going to be tired. You're going to want to throw your computer somewhere. You're going to want to break up with the internet. But once you find somebody you know, like, and trust that is successful in e-commerce, I would highly suggest that you make the investment. Set yourself a budget. Hold yourself accountable. Have a reasonable measurements of success. I have my measurements of success for each of my stores for the first 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. What does that look like to me? And for everybody, it's different. I'm not going to be like, invest X amount and have an ROI of X amount. Everybody is different. So definitely generalize, big picture wise, I would highly suggest that you have the plan and have the benchmarks. The second thing that I would do after, I finally mastermind how I'm going to take over the world via e-commerce is niche it down. Find that one area that you want to be in. For instance, the reason why I went into tactical gear is because my husband's former military, and because there's no ex-Marines. And
no, there's Marine veterans, absolutely.
Yes. So. You like how I used former there?
But yeah, the word former made me cringe a little bit, so you got to be careful.
I know, I'm sorry.
My husband is a Marine veteran. That's okay. We can work with that.
Well, so, it's like a gray area.
Former, no.
And so former active.
Prince.
So yeah, he this also was another opportunity for my husband and I to have our first venture together, which was super exciting because I've been dying to do a project with my husband. He sees me work all day long with other entrepreneurs, and he'd be like, oh, this would be cool and that would be cool. And he came up to me and was like, wouldn't it be awesome if we owned a tactical gear store like 511? And I was like, yes, it would.
And it's relevant. It's a part of your personalities. So it's good.
Yeah. We like to go shooting. I mean, it's part of our lifestyle. So it's something that we're into, something that, we can do together. So that's exciting, and especially, I always like to say, it's better to play with someone else than to play by yourself. So, the fact that I'm not doing this by myself is I'm not talking to myself, having your staff meeting of one.
You know what? I should definitely have another episode talking about working with your spouse when it comes to entrepreneurial stuff. I know it's a whole episode, but that's
a whole other conversation.
It's one of my dreams, and it's other people's nightmares sometimes. So
it's a delicate dance, man. I mean, I'm sure these would not be coffee mugs on that podcast. I can tell you that right now. There would be some beer bottles going on.
It's 9:58 in the morning. Hey, it's 5 p.m. somewhere. Don't worry about it.
Right. Yeah. You're like, shot. Yeah. But so that was the one of the other motivating factors was being able to do something with my husband. That's something that we both are interested in and we like to do together. So that was really cool. And there was another point, but I totally forgot. I'm sure I'll remember it and I'll tie it in there somewhere.
You remember when you're in the shower. You're like, oh, yeah, that's right. That's what I was talking about.
I got to call Carlos back and